This is episode 2 of JK Seriously. Today we are going to just be kind of talking about shit that's happened this week or the last week, and just like cuckoo bananas type of stories, or I don't know, possibly sad, depressing stories, depending on where we are at. Do you have anything to share?
You talking about last week?
This week or last week? I have one crazy story that had happened to me this week.
I would say this last week and a half has been a emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, I feel that
But
so hard.
I'm glad that I've been present enough as a human being, because I feel like it's easy to lose presence in this world and a whole bunch of distractions everywhere. Starting off the real, like y'all heard in episode 1, dating apps, I've been so blown. I'm head been a climax and just off like dating apps, because I've been trying to find that connection. But I kind of evolved from that and locked back into where I needed to be. So, other than me, excuse me, other than me, feeling depressed over not finding anybody, I locked back into where I needed to be. I got back into my journaling, super, super deep in my faith. And it's just been the gym and me working on my cars. I mean, blessed to be able to be doing that. So I mean, the gym, a whole bunch of journaling, a whole bunch of YouTube. Once I took dating apps out of my felt like day-to-day routine, I've phone's been quiet, a lot of peace. I'm watching a lot of YouTube, laughing.
Maybe I need to take that as
Yeah.
a
And I'm on a
advice.
juice fast right now, so really, really deepen my faith, bring my connection back, and my body looks great. So a lot of stuff there. But yeah, that's my last week and a half. My last week and a half has been very slow. I mean, been getting stuff written down and things I want to work on in the next 6 months, and my short-term goals, my long-term goals. But other than that, life's been great. It has to have the downs and ups and ups and downs, so I'm not mad at that at all. That's my last week and a half. That's my 7 to 10 day journey.
Yeah. Well, as I mentioned in the previous episode, I had a
Shit.
yeah. It's been really bad, actually. But I had a very, very serious partner. We were literally about to buy a house, and things crumbled. Not even kind of. They just crumbled. And so, due to that, and due to not wanting to sit in my own self-pity, I have been trying to join different meetup groups, or different groups that are hosted on Instagram and things like that. So a lot of book clubs, some art clubs, walking clubs, different workout groups. And I went to this one book club last week, and it was nice to get out. It was definitely evident that this was a group of girls that were friends and worked together already, but they put it out there for other people to come. And so I was like, oh yeah, okay. And then it was a little awkward, but it was okay. But this one girl there started telling this random story, because we were talking about dark romance books, right?
Uh-huh.
So
But he bees killing me.
so she brings up this old story that when she was in her early 20s, she went to a wedding and she got sat next to all these random people, okay?
Uh-huh.
And that when she sat down, this one girl that was an esthetician, a beauty,
Yeah.
okay? That she was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry that I look so dehydrated and horrible. And they're like, why? And she was like, my boyfriend's not here. That's why I'm so dehydrated. And they're like, what does that mean? And she's like, his sperm. Sperm's protein, which is true.
Man.
But that
Hell no.
it helps with anti-aging. I don't know if I would be rubbing sperm all over my damn face.
Hey, fuck no.
But she was.
Hell nah.
And that was my crazy story for last week, where I just sat there at a book club, not knowing any of these ladies, and hearing about how she had a girl sitting next to her at a wedding saying that she was dehydrated because she couldn't get sperm rubbed on her face.
So, oh, look, keep that bitch on her soft. I'm talking about straight foot. And she really like, bro, I've been so bad. I've been fed up with life at that point. I don't care who getting married. I don't care if I'm walking out the bed.
Isn't that crazy?
That's insane.
What's even funnier is that she then said,
she was doing that daily?
I think so. This one random girl. But then the girl that was at the book club, her husband is like, rides motorcycles and is trying to get into a motorcycle club or whatever, and so they were going on an outing that weekend with like the motorcycle club's president or something and his family, and she was like, I don't know what to say, like what stories to tell. I feel like I'm really boring and awkward when I meet new people, and all of us at the freaking table.
Told all your personal business. What we talking about nut for? And I just met you.
We were like, you could definitely start with the sperm on the face story. And she's like, yeah, I guess that's
That'll
true.
grab a lot of attention, damn it. I wonder if the husband heard about that, how you feel. But he felt like embarrassed as hell.
I don't know.
I would have cried. I would have cried.
I imagine, though, that there's some men that feel dominant and good in that situation.
I'm talking about she would have seen my foot find her soft so fast, man. It wouldn't even funny.
But yeah, that's been my crazy thing of the week. Then I had a friend from high school come and visit me, and we went to Treasure Island Beach up in St. Pete for a day, and it was really nice. And just like being there out in the ocean made me think about a lot of things. And he also just recently was broken up with.
Man, this be
So-
about bad as hell.
You gotta stop obsessing over bees that are not even.
But if it bite me in the back of my neck, I'm
it's
be mad as hell.
not interested in you.
The bees bite? No? Alright. Treasure Island Beach, I heard it's a good beach. I wanted to go to their beach, but I'm scared.
I'm not sure if I actually even went to the correct beach. I'm not gonna lie. I just like pulled off on the side of the road where there was like beach access, and there was people there. It was a really nice beach though. It was nice because like almost no one was there. But yeah, I feel like I did a lot of reflecting on like things, and I really thought that like my relationship was almost literally perfect. And my friend kept kind of pulling things out, being like, well, were there other previous communication issues? And I was like, no. And then I started thinking about things, and I realized that, like, I'm kind of a people pleaser. I'm very easygoing. I like to, like, accommodate. And I think that, like, the reason why the communication issues in the past relationship I had were fine, like, we didn't have any arguments, was the fact that, like, I just didn't bring it to an escalation, you know. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's common amongst a lot of people, but I mean, there's always ways to tolerate that. But as a human being, it's important to realize that stuff and factor it in. So you already making improvement off the rip.
Yeah.
But me, I ain't been in a relationship in 7 years. Shorty left me over because I had
That
a 24.
doesn't mean you haven't been talking to people.
I'm saying, Shorty left me because I had a 24 box crayon, and little light skinned little boy had a 48 pack with the sharpener on the back. I've been single ever since.
Well,
It gets serious about them crayons.
women
But-
do have a lot of choices out there, so you
Yep.
gotta be particular. Can I just say though that I did recently get back on the dating apps just to like have a mindless thing to do. And there was this one guy that on his profile it had said, I'm just waiting for all the like 6 feet kings to die off so that my short king self can get a girl. I was
Real
like,
as hell. Real as hell. I can't even imagine that. I be trying to embrace my little short kingdom type, but then I see like a random 6'7" dude come through the gym, I'm like, yeah, you got it, bro. You can have it. I'll go back home. I ain't even go get in your way like that. Like, yeah. But I'm definitely waiting for my turn. For this, they turn right now, Dan. It's your turn.
I will say, Short Kings, you guys get your moments. I don't think I've dated a guy over 6 feet in the last, like, 6 years.
At least I ain't
Because
got
there's a
one.
lot of short people here in Florida.
What you trying to say?
I'm looking right at you, bro.
See, that's what I'm talking. That's why I'm gonna go to jail. That reason right there. Yeah, hey, I gotta bump my head on the door when I'm walking through doors. I ain't gotta worry about height clearance.
Oh my god.
I'm straight, overly straight. But I think that is episode 2. So we'll see how episode 3 comes around.
Yeah.
Other than that, stay on your feet, people. Be blessed. And, anybody that pissed you off, kick them in their ears.
And share with us your weekly shenanigans. Maybe we'll post it for you on our podcast or talk about it. And every episode will kind of be a rotating topic. But yeah.